And first goal is for us to be the first industry in America to come together and lose 1 million pounds. And we're gonna do the 1 million pound trucker challenge. And that's my goal. I plan on launching that in January. I got my CDL because how can I tell you really I understand how it feels to walk a mile in your shoes if I've never done it?
First off, I was just thinking, if we were to arm wrestle, I would bet on you to win.
I don't know. I think you might give me.
I'll tell you.
Sometimes size doesn't matter. It's not how big the dog is, but how big the bark is in the dog.
No, I can't bark much either. So, we're hanging out today. We're at the Semi-Casual Truck Show. First off, introduce yourself.
I'm Candace with Fitspossible Trucking. I'm from Alabama, a new CDL driver. Just trying to do my best to get out here and let every single trucker know that you matter, you can get healthier, and the world needs you. Just because they talk about how much they need trucks, they actually need truck drivers. And I want to keep you in your truck, making sure that you feel good, that you look good, and that you know that you matter.
I love that. Let's take it back just a little bit. How the hell did you get into trucking?
How did I get into trucking? So really, I can't give nobody else the credit besides God. I've been doing fitness since I was 19 years old. Fitness saved my life. I had a lot of anger. I had a life that tried to break me, but the very things that try to break you are the very things that God will use to make you. And when I found fitness, it gave me a place to put my anger, and it gave me a place to, take my energy and put it into a positive place. And pain leads you to purpose if you allow it. So I was in fitness. I had my own fitness studios, doing everything in the industry, doing very well, honestly. And I was riding down Interstate I-20 in Alabama. And I was just talking to God, and I was asking him, I said, Lord, I know you gave me this, but who did you give it to me for? Who do you really want me to use this gift for? And, it's one of those things that every time I tell a story, it doesn't matter how many times, I feel it like it was yesterday. All of a sudden, while I'm driving, the darkest, ugliest feeling comes and sits in the car with me. And I'm literally driving, not knowing what's going on. And I'm like, okay, what is this? Why am I feeling this? What's going on? And you know how something can be right in front of you and you don't see it until the right time? So I asked God, this is one of the most realest moments I've ever had with him. What is this? And I heard the words, they're forgotten about and they think they don't matter. Now, I still didn't know who he was talking about. I'm still driving. And I'm like, who's forgotten about? Who thinks they don't matter? And right in that moment, I heard the words, they are. And as I'm driving, I realized that in front of me is a trucker, beside me is a trucker, and behind me is a trucker. And I knew right then in that moment, that's exactly who he was talking about. And that's how so many people in the industry were feeling. And I just started crying because as long as I've been in this industry, I've never thought about truckers. I was guilty. I was one of those people. And I just started telling God, I'm sorry. And I asked him, what do you want me to do? And the last thing I heard was create something to get them healthier, happier, and let them know they matter. The feeling went away. I'm still driving, crying down I-20 to get to where I was going. And it was like he opened up my heart at that moment and literally sewed the trucking industry into my heart. And ever since then, I woke up thinking about the industry. I go to sleep thinking about it. I have notebooks full of going to truck stops, talking to truckers, researching the industry to figure out how I could help it. And, with that process, here I am today.
And, so how long you been driving the truck?
So I just got my CDL a few months ago, actually. Well, actually last month I got my CDL, and because I had to figure out how to make this happen. And first, I started doing the workout videos. I was asking all my friends that I knew, if I found out they drove a truck, can I borrow your truck? Can I shoot a video in your truck? Can I do this in your truck? So every time they come off the road, they knew they were handing me the keys because I was headed there, and I'd spend all day in their parking lot shooting videos in their truck to try to figure out best ways, what workouts would work, which ones wouldn't. And, I started looking, and I had my studios right before COVID hit. I had 2 studios going good, but everything in me was saying, it's time for you to go into this truck and you've got to do it. You've got to stop waiting. You've got to go after them. So I started researching. I started getting online platforms, figuring out the best programs. And I was telling everybody in my studios that my other instructors were going to take over, and I'm about to step into the trucking lane. They were like, what? I'm like, this is just what I've got to do it. And I think God knew me better than I did, which he always does. I was going to try to do it all. But, you know, COVID was an ugly thing as far as the deaths, but it made me shut those doors and force me to even more go into the trucking industry, because, you know, sometimes you can only do so much so good. And this is bigger to God, and I know it's bigger to me. So in that transition, I was able to go on to online, started researching, and my goal was, if I touch one person's life in this industry, if one trucker lives a longer life, my mission is accomplished, because it's not mine, it's his. So I started posting TikToks and just telling everybody what my mission was. And my goal at first was just to get 1,000, just so that I could go online and go live, just so I could explain more, because there's only so much you can say in, you know, 1 minute. So for me, it wasn't the fact that I wanted 1,000 followers. I just needed to really be able to get this out there to you guys. And now, you know, there's quite a few more, but it doesn't matter how many. It matters that you know that you're the one. You're the one, if you're watching this, that matters. You're the one that I want to encourage to know that your life matters. You're the one that when you feel like you are alone in that truck, when you feel like the world is against you, that God is sitting in every empty seat in your life. God has put himself in that position, and you're never alone. And, you know, one of the detriments to me when I did this research was I looked up the life expectancy of the average trucker. I don't know if you know what it is, but truck drivers have a 19-year less life expectancy than the average American. And my goal is to change that and to bridge that gap and give truck drivers the life and the life expectancy that they deserve back. And, you know, we're looked at as one of the most unhealthiest industries. And my main first goal is for us to be the first industry in America to come together and lose 1 million pounds. And we're going to do the 1 million pound trucker challenge. And that's my goal. I was planning on launching that in January. I got my CDL, because how can I tell you really I understand how it feels to walk a mile in your shoes if I've never done it? So for me, and as soon as I got in the truck the first day, it was like love all over, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. I'm probably about to start driving a front loader locally until I can afford to get my own truck and get out there and do wellness events all across the United States.
I love it. And so if they want to be a part of this, you know, you talked about TikTok. Where can they find you? What's your channel? So, you know, just one more time.
All right. Everything is Fitspossible Trucking. So if you get on Instagram, TikTok,
I can see that. Okay, yep. So that's the whole truck.
Yep. So
all right, people, make sure you're looking at that. Fitspossible Trucking.
Yes.
Follow that right there.
Yes.
This.
All social medias.
Yeah.
Come join. I want to let you know every day that you matter, and us come together, because there's all about connectivity. And I want every person out there to know that you matter. Your life matters. What you do matters. The world runs off of you, and we appreciate everything you do. I love you. Fitspossible Trucking. My name is Candace. Thank you so much to the Asian Mind Truck Show for letting me be a part of this, and thank y'all for watching.
There it is.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.